So my guildmate has been bothering me for months to do a commentary video, and I told him every time I didn't want to do it, but today we're going to do it anyways because why not? Just to switch things up. So enjoy the video. So I joined this unranked queue battle because sometimes I get bored, so I just go into unranked. I decided to stay in and go for stealth rocks because I know he couldn't touch me with any move. And he decided to go into Slowking because Slowking can wall any move I have on Heatran. I stayed in and used Toxic just to get extra damage on the Slowking, and he went for Scald and almost killed because he's running Life Orb Slowking. I couldn't stay in versus Slowking, so I decided just to switch into my Tangrowth. My Tangrowth is specially defensive with Assault Vest, so I can live any hit. He then doubled into his Scizor, which can almost KO me because I'm special defensive. I went into Tentacruel because I can take any hit from the Scizor, but he decided to go for Defog instead of attacking. He switched back into his Slowking because he can take any hit from Tentacruel since he's has high special defense. I go back into Tangrowth because I can take any hit, but he used Scald and burned me, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. I went for a knockoff to try to get off the Life Orb of the Slowking, but he switched into Heatran to just take any hit I was going to use. He thought I was going to use like any status move, so he goes for Taunt, but I have Earthquake, so I go for Earthquake, but I did like no damage, so because I'm burned. I went into Tentacruel because I can take any hit from the Heatran. I know he's gonna go back into Slowking, so I just go for anything because I really can't touch this at this point. I have to go back into Tangrowth since, again, I can take any hit from this. Thought he was gonna stay in for whatever reason, so I just go for Giga Drain, but he switched out back into his Whimsicott to take my hit. He's running Encore, so I'm stuck into Giga Drain until I switch out. I decided to go into Tentacruel because I don't think he's running Giga Drain, and I really want to do much damage to me anyways. I know he's going back into Slowking, so I decided to double out back into Tangrowth. I thought he was going back into Whimsicott, so I decided to go for Sludge Bomb, but he went into Scizor, so I don't know if he predicted that, but he just went into it. I switched out back into Tentacruel because I can take any hit from this, but he knocked off my Black Sludge, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine overall. He goes back into Slowking again because he can take any special defensive hit. And I decided to go into Gardevoir because I can live any hit the Slowking can go for, and I can just wish and protect. And he switched out into Honchkrow, which was a good play for me, but he can just switch back out into his Heatran, which can take any hit from me. I go into Tentacruel because I can take any hit from his Heatran, and I don't think he's running Earth Power, so he used Magma Storm and it landed, so that's like annoying. He goes into Slowking again because he can live anything. And I go back into Tangrowth just to wall his Side Shock or his Scald. And this turn I used Knockoff, and he finally let me knock off his Life Orb. I outspeeded Slowking, so I was hoping he stayed in so I can go for Giga's Rain. But he decided to switch into his Honchkrow just to get more HP back on his Slowking. And I wanted to switch out this turn into something else, but he was running Pursuit, so he KO'd me this turn. I go into Gardevoir this turn because I'm a defensive Gardevoir, so I can live any hit this Honcho can throw at me. First I went for Wrists in case he went for like Brave Bird or another Pursuit, predicting me to switch out or something. He went for Pursuit to predict me to switch out, but I didn't, and I went for Moonblast just to KO him, and I got the Wish up, so I was back at full HP. Again, I go to Tentacruel because I can live anything, but I'm at low health, so I'm about to die soon. He goes into Slowking as I go for Scald, and I did nothing like since it did the whole game. He went back into Scizor, thinking he predicted my Sludge Wave, and he goes for Bullet Punch to knock out my Tentacruel. I go into Garchomp and go for Earthquake just to get any damage on any of his mons on his team. He goes into his Whimsicott, which is defensive, so it can just tank my entire hit. I go into Heatran because I know he cannot touch my Heatran, but he goes for Leech Seed, which is draining my health, so I'm almost dead at this point. He goes back into a Slowking, and I decided to get Rocks back up to get more damage onto his team. My Heatran is almost dead, but I switch into Gardevoir because I can just take anything he uses, and I get burned, of course, because burns 100% in this game. I was debating to use a move or just switch out, but I just went into Garchomp to see if he was going to switch out, but he decided to go for Trick Room, so now he outspeeds. I go back into Gardevoir because I didn't want my Garchomp to get burned, and I can just Wish Protect all of this kind of, so he goes into Scizor because he can take any hit from my Gardevoir since I'm not like HP Fire, and I just go for a Wish, which was a safe play in case I wanted to go back into Heatran, but I didn't want to get attacked by the Scizor in case I died. Instead of attacking, he just went for Defog to get the hazards away, so I can just use Earthquake or Swords Dance. The Trick Room ended, so now I can outspeed with my Garchomp on any of his members of his team. I went for Iron Head in case he went into his Whimsicott, but this turn I can just go for Earthquake to KO his Heatran. He had his Crota in the back, and I go for an Earthquake, and he had a Focus Sash and he missed his move, so he forfeits. So that was the end of the game.